Our next story is about two Pakistans. Both exist within the same borders, both live in the same society, but their lives are worlds apart. One of them will go to sleep extremely happy tonight, the other will probably twist and turn. Do you know who these groups are? The first is Pakistan's generals, the second is virtually everyone else. Today, the Pakistani government presented its budget. It's actually a smaller one than last year. Total spending is 17.57 trillion Pakistani rupees, which is around 62 billion US dollars. Now, let me put that in perspective. India's total spending is expected to be $600 billion. Pakistan is just 10% of that. It tells you how much of a lead India has. But here's the more important thing. Pakistan's budget is smaller than last year. Spending is 7% less than before, the overall budget. And why is that? Because Pakistan is broke. They're betting on bailouts from the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. But that money comes with conditions. You cannot just spend as much as you want. You have to cut down your expenditure. And Pakistan has no option but to follow this, to follow the IMF. Yesterday, they published their economic survey. It's a document that details the economy's performance. And look at the total debt. $269 billion. That is Pakistan's total debt, $269 billion. Its debt has risen five-fold in 10 years. So Islamabad had no option here. They had to cut spending. But here's where things get interesting. Pakistan may have slashed its overall budget by 7%, but it has increased the defense budget by 20%. $9 billion has been set aside for the military. That's around 14% of their overall budget. That's also 2.2% of their GDP. Now, this is NATO-level spending on a credit card. And it sums up Pakistan's story. Every budget is about allocating the money that you have, what is within your means. Pakistan is allocating 20% more for defense, that too without increasing the total budget size. What does that mean? They will have to find the money from elsewhere, perhaps from government spending, or from healthcare spending, or from subsidies or taxes. Basically, they will take money from ordinary people and give it to their military, sort of like a reverse Robin Hood. It's absurd how rich these generals are. They run businesses. They own massive properties. They live in luxurious lives. They live luxurious lives in luxurious homes. And I've got some examples for you. Former spy chief of Pakistan, Akhtar Abdur Rahman Khan. He handled American money meant for Afghan rebels. This was back in the 1980s. He funneled billions of dollars from the US. His sons also had Swiss accounts. Recent bank leaks revealed millions in their account. Next is Asim Salim Bajwa, a retired lieutenant general. He headed the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor projects. His family set up 99 companies in 4 countries, and that included a big pizza brand called Papa John's. They had 133 outlets worth $40 million, 40. Next is former army chief Ashfaq Parvez Kiani. His family was linked to a housing scam. He was accused of fraud worth 17 billion rupees, which is around $60 million. And finally, you have Parvez Musharraf. He reportedly held 2 billion rupees in offshore accounts, which is more than $2 million. He also had 170 items of gold and multiple properties inside and outside Pakistan. And this is the story of most Pakistani officers. They're sometimes called crore commanders instead of corps commanders. And do you know what makes this worse? For starters, the state of ordinary Pakistanis. Almost 42% of them live in poverty, 42% of the population. 11 million of them are staring at starvation. Yet what does Pakistan do? They give more money to the generals. Secondly, what is this allocation for? They have never won a war in their history, never ever. They lost half the country in 1971. They lost the recent battle against India. So what is all this money for? It's basically a reward for failure. Yes, the IMF should ideally call them out on this. They should put conditions on their loans. But let's face it, if they haven't done it 25 times, they won't do it for the 26th. So Pakistan's people must take matters into their own hands. These resources belong to you. They must be used for your education, your health, not to enrich some failed generals in Rawalpindi. Unless Pakistanis realize that, the situation won't change.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karj mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$4 trilhão mo.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.